For this video today, I'm going to teach you how to put together your flute and to take care of it, keep it clean, and put it back away, and start your first sounds on the flute. So, notice how I'm sitting down in my chair first off, and I have my flute with me with the name of the flute pointing upwards on my lap. I have my flute stick, which usually comes inside your case, and I have a nice little piece of cloth that I've just cut out. It's just a little piece of cotton cloth or a handkerchief or something that's kind of not very big, but big enough that you can use for cleaning. So I've got those particular items, and we're going to talk about how to put the flute together first. So the case is up, the name of the flute pointing towards the ceiling, and I'm going to open the flute case. Inside my flute case is 3 pieces of the instrument. I'm going to take the large piece first, which is the piece with all the keys. Notice how this looks. And I am going to hold that in my left hand. Then I'm going to take the piece with the keys on, the small piece with the keys on, and I'm going to put it in this direction. Notice when I put it on, I'm going to twist and push. Twist and push until it lines up exactly like this. Notice that bar goes right over the top of those keys. They line up just like that. I'm not going to line it up this way. That would be incorrect. This is the correct way. Okay, so that little bar lines up with the middle of those keys right there. Then I'm going to take the head joint, or the place where we blow into. This is where we blow into. Notice that little hole is where we're going to blow our air into, and I'm going to add it to the top of the flute. And I'm going to push it in till that hole lines up with the center of those keys as well. Notice that bars with the center of the keys, and the hole that I blow into is lined up with the center of those keys in this manner. Okay, now my flute is put together, and if I stand it up tall, it looks like this. All right, now that we have that, I'm going to close my case and put my other tools on my desk or on the floor so that they're out of the way. And now I can get ready to hold the instrument and figure out how to play the instrument. First off, when I hold the instrument, I'm going to hold it with my right hand down low. Notice how my right hand comes low. And this hand is going to touch these 3 keys, the last 3 big round keys, and my pinky will be just hovering or sitting on top of this key, which looks a little different. It's not round. We call that kind of a spatula key. And then my left hand is going to come to the top part. Now notice when I put my fingers on it, I'm not using this top key, or I'm not using this 3rd key. I'm going to skip that one. For my first finger is on that 2nd key, and my 2nd finger is on the 4th key, and then my 3rd finger is on that last key before this little guy. And yes, my pinky will eventually play that, so you can kind of keep track of that this way. On the back side of the flute, my thumb is on this key. Notice there's 2 of them there. It's on the lower one. This thumb will always be on that key except for just a couple notes. That's it. So as I look at it, my hands are holding that. Then I'm going to just twist them straight like this so that my arms are straight, and I bring the flute up to my mouth. Now this can be a little bit hard, especially if you're kind of a small person, because the flute kind of takes this momentum this direction. But notice how straight my flute is from here all the way out. It's not sagging down like this. It's not up in the air. It's straight across. Let's try that again. Take your hands off. Put them back. So check your right hand first. 1, 2, 3. Pinky's going to hover here. Left hand. Thumb is on the back. First finger. 2nd finger. 3rd finger. We've skipped the 1st and the 3rd little round pad. Bring it up straight, and we're ready to play. Now, getting our first sounds out of the flute, I'm going to take the head joint off. So, putting my flute down somewhere safe, maybe on the floor, and I'm going to take the head joint. Notice the little round part, we call this the end cap. We never take that off. It's an important part to leave on. It should never be undone or loose like mine is right now. Leave it there. And my right hand's going to hold on to the head joint. I'm going to bring this little hole to the center of my bottom lip. And I'm going to find what we call a sweet spot to where we blow into it and it makes this wonderful sound. Now notice my mouth when I'm doing it, I'm not puffing my cheeks. I'm not making any kind of weird face with my mouth. I'm just blowing like I would spit out a little watermelon seed if it were on my tongue. And I even say that little word when I do it, like I'm spitting something out of my mouth, like a little seed. Try that a few times with me. Notice I'm breathing out of my mouth and taking big air in through my mouth so that I can blow. And I want to hit that spot every time. We call that the sweet spot on the flute. When I feel like I've got that really well, I can put my head joint back onto my flute. And I can practice with my fingers in the right spot. I'm going to play that first note D, but I'm going to lift up my first finger. Notice my flute sitting on my first finger, and I'm holding it back here with my thumb and back here with my thumb. That note D is this note up on the board. You can see it right there. D. It's on the fourth line of the staff. 1, 2, 3, fourth line of the staff, and it's a D. And we play it just like I showed you. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Pick up the first finger. D. Practice doing that several times. Taking your hands off, putting them back on, picking it up, finding your D. See how long you can hold it. I counted to about 10. Did you? When I'm done with my practice session for the day, I will take it apart the same way I put it together. Head joint first, but then I take my cloth and my little, it looks like a big needle, doesn't it? It's because that's what it is. I'm going to thread the fabric right through the cloth and kind of loop it over itself so I don't damage the inside of my flute. I take it and just put it till it stops. I don't push hard. Twist it, pull it out. I put the head joint back in my case, and then I do the next part of the flute. And I usually do this one all together so that I only have to do 2 pieces. But I do it from both ends. Cleans out all that moisture. Foot joint off. Body of the flute. You can put your rod inside your case if it fits. Mine doesn't fit inside my case very well. And you can tie this onto your handle, and away you go. I hope you have fun. Practice this video as many times as you need.